Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 2, compLexity versus Plus Ultra here for the China Major Qualifiers North American region. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated as my co-caster. Fun first game. You know, we definitely hyped. We were hyped going into this game between these two teams. Obviously, Plus Ultra, Eternal Levy, and Snaking, former teammates at compLexity just earlier this season. Until going their separate ways. So both teams, obviously compLexity recruiting ultimately 3 new players, 343 Death and Miracle out of Southeast Asia, and Eternal Levy put in this new squad together, and they took the first game. Terror Blade being picked by Eternal Levy, and it was proved to be a very good one with the draft. So we'll see how this draft now shapes up itself. The first pick to come, but yeah, compLexity going that Ursa, the last pick, or 4th pick, whatever it was. Again, it proved to be a struggle. Different direction this time.
Yeah, definitely. We see the PA banned again. Dazzle, IO, Grimstroke. These are ones that we've seen banned a lot. Brewmaster as well. The Darkseer ban is interesting. I assume Plus Ultra saw compLexity running that Spirit Breaker Darkseer combo. Did a little bit of research and knows just how powerful that can be.
Radiant team pick.
Rasta.
Liking the Snaking Shadow Shaman, it looks like.
Or mid. Or possibly mid. No. Yeah, he obviously played a fantastic last game. And honestly, I didn't even think about that. That kind of just hit me. Tied up with the Bane. Yeah, that Enfeeble, you throw that up.
10 seconds
All
remaining.
of a sudden, his crowd control is even longer.
5
Already
seconds.
Yeah, pretty scary combo. I am interested to see whether compLexity picks up a Naga Siren. That's definitely a carry that has a lot of potential. And Miracle is known as, if not the best, one of the best Naga Siren players in the world. Used to be one of his most signature heroes in this SEA region.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's another one that no doubt we've seen before. And for the South American qualifiers, yeah, I know a couple of those teams there were trying her out. And not necessarily to success, but you can see the change and how it impacts the hero. So if it makes an appearance. Undying, though, for compLexity is at least going to be their first pick. We saw Z-Freak on the Skywrath last game, and that is kind of a little bit more one of those playmaking heroes. Not that Undying's a bad hero, but again, maybe a bias. I just like to see Z-Freak on these kind of aggressive roamers that can make some big plays. Undying just kind of walks around and decays people.
Yeah, it's more likely a 5 Undying. It tends to be played as sort of a counter to the aggressive laners in the safe lane, or in the off lane against the safe lane.
Skywrath Mage.
Ooh.
There's most likely the Z-Freak hero.
Yeah. They are going to go to Skywrath again. Okay. So now Plus Ultra. Thinking about direction they want to go. Remember, they picked up the Pugna after the Skywrath came out, and whether or not that was going to be the case of a mid Skywrath or they made the adjustment to a support, either way, Pugna is still very good against that hero.
5
So
seconds remaining.
wouldn't be surprised if maybe even a second pick Pugna comes out.
Dire team ban.
There it is.
And I'm not surprised. As I said.
Pretty good against Undying as well. Both heroes, Undying and Skywrath, tend to spam their spells a huge amount, and so that Nether Ward does a lot of work in these fights.
Yeah, it kind of forces you to, again, run that support Skywrath, really, if you had any intentions of running a core. But even as support, yeah, hurts him quite a bit.
10 seconds remaining.
So now the bans to follow. Yeah, Phantom Assassin being banned. Also, now the Darkseer one, that is throwing me off a little bit. I have not been seeing any Darkseer now. Again, I haven't been watching every single region, but South America and I watched a little bit of CIS, I want to say. Haven't seen that hero, but clearly reason for it.
Yeah, specifically the Katowice qualifier, compLexity ran a Spirit Breaker Darkseer lane, and Darkseer's Surge can now be put on the charge, which gives Spirit Breaker like 1,500 to 1,600 movement speed. And
10 seconds remaining.
because of the mechanic change to charge, where charge now gives you a flat amount of movement speed and
5
removes the
seconds
cap on your
remaining.
movement.
Mm-hmm.
So you end up charging across the entire map in like 1 or 2 seconds, and impact damage is 36% of your movement speed. So it gives Spear Breaker like a 400, 500 damage nuke at like 8 minutes into the game. It's pretty stupid.
That is stupid. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, don't think they would want to see that. So, all right, a little more reason as to why we have that ban. Yeah, there's an Naga Siren actually taken away from Eternal Envy there instead, plus Ultra.
Radiant team
banning it
ban.
because they know that Miracle likes to play that hero.
Yeah.
Banning out the Axe, a very good combo with the Skywrath Mage in the off lane. And kind of banning out a lot of these really abusive off-laning heroes to make Eternal Envy's game a little bit easier. Wonder if we'll see something like a Spectre or a Slark or some hero that needs to have a
10
pretty good laning
seconds
stage
remaining.
as a result.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, spending that time. 3-4-3, of course, the one doing the
Radiant
drafting for
team
them.
pick.
Obviously, he also was their drafter later on last season before moving different team. This is what he played for. What was it, RNG?
Dire
Yeah,
team
Royal
ban.
Never Give Up.
Yeah, at the minor there for the China qualifiers, ultimate qualifier on that event, and yeah, again they got runner up, but then after that they're like, all right, see ya, thanks. So he's found the new home though once again. That's good at least. Seems like he has
The
a
new
good
home.
mind for drafting.
Yeah, he's been a coach. He's been playing the scene for quite some time. Although I will say, I think that Envy got
10
the better of him in the
seconds
last
remaining.
game. So
Oh yeah,
I am curious to see how they round
5
out this
seconds
draft. They
remaining.
go with the Magnus again. This could be the Limp hero. It could be the Death hero. Probably waiting to see what they're up against before making that distinction.
does seem like he was pretty
Radiant
comfortable with the last
team
game. He farmed very well. They're gonna go the Bane Rasta. Yeah, this combo. Rasta is already one of the better crowd control heroes in the game. I mean, Bane as well, to be fair himself, but you throw them together now with that Enfeeble buff on top of that, you really are going to be chain locking down things. So do not pick Ursa if you're complexity. That's one safe call here.
Yeah, I don't think they'll make that
10
mistake again.
seconds remaining.
And plus Ultra saying, well, if it ain't broke, don't
5
fix it.
seconds
We're going to run the
remaining.
exact same lineup if you guys are going to let us, because we felt pretty damn comfortable on that last game.
And you know what? Complexity has Skywrath Magnus as well, right? Like they already got similar lineup. Undying the only difference so far, other than Rubik, which does change it a little bit. But
Dire team pick.
Anti-mage.
ooh, curious about that one. Now, explosions are going to be big potentially, but the lockdown, as we talked about, it's a little scary.
Spell Shield.
I mean,
Pretty
yeah,
OP ability.
yeah, it's good, but by now people are a little more practiced in it, and Bane can cancel and stuff, try to juke him, and
10 seconds remaining.
we'll see. We'll see. Miracle, I'm sure he's a fantastic anti-mage player, but
5
it's
seconds
definitely not
remaining.
the all end for him. So, or the end all. Said that backwards.
End all be all. There is a lot of intelligence on the plus Ultra side, so plenty of Mono Void targets. And pairing pretty well with Magnus as well.
Team ban.
I love it. This is a new hero. Here we go. Bringing back the Beastmaster. Get that Hawk vision now. You just shoot a Hawk out, stays. Get that kind of just ward for free. I like it. You obviously got changes elsewhere too. His Boar's even more powerful now. I think you could argue.
And Beast
10
plus
seconds
Shaman
remaining.
is a huge amount of spam with the damage amp from
5 seconds
that Wild
remaining.
Axes as well. Although he may end up going the sort of minion build, the boar build in the laning stage. I'm not sure which one is the better one or what's preferred by players right now, with the changes to the boars and the buffs to the boars.
Yeah, no, excited to see again a newer hero with the rework and stuff like this post patch. So that's one I have not gotten the chance to cast yet, actually.
But continued theme for Plus Ultra. Envy says, how do you win games? You draft stuns. And boy, do they have a lot of them.
Dire
Terrorblade
team ban.
still would be a good option here, right? Like, is there
Oh, yeah. Oh,
a
yeah.
reason why you wouldn't? So they banned Juggernaut, which
Oh, Terrorblade's banned.
oh, he is banned. Yeah, okay. So I was looking
Yeah.
for it too. Yeah, he's in that fourth spot. Okay, well, never mind. Juggernaut definitely would have been good too. Actually, that's a good ban there.
I think we can still see a
10
Spectre here.
seconds remaining.
Definitely an EE classic.
5 seconds
Global
remaining.
presence, pretty good against the anti-mage. Destroys Skywrath Mage. Makes
Dire
Magnus's
team
game
pick.
really, really hard. to blink in and find a good RP. So I think Spectre seems pretty good here.
I wanted to say Luna, but no strength. I guess I do, but yeah,
Luna versus Mag Undying sounds pretty terrible.
Yeah.
I think they just run you down and dive you under tower, even against a
10
Bane.
seconds remaining.
Phantom Lancer? No, I
5
don't want PL
seconds
here,
remaining.
probably. Oh, PL against Tombstone's not bad. It's not the worst against Anti-Mage either. I'll go with the Battle Free Cleave.
Definitely not.
And Empower would be annoying. All right, well, we're going to sit on it. Yeah, I think the Spectre, just don't think of other ones, but actually, I think the Spectre could be that safe. Eternal Envy Classic hero. And a final pick from compLexity. I don't know if there's really like a crazy good hero against Spectre that they could pick that would really throw everything off, but see what compLexity chooses to do. Yeah, whether or not that's a mid Magnus or will it be something like a TA limp hero. Where's final
Radiant team pick.
Interesting. All right.
The run at you strat.
Just unbelievable amount of push from Plus Ultra.
They have an appointment. They
yeah, they are ready to move on to the next.
Well, to be fair, yeah. So they will play later today. Both these teams play later today, win or lose. Obviously, it matters which match you play. We on this channel we're going to be covering the lower match. So loser of the series playing the loser of Evil Geniuses versus Team Borster. It's currently taking place as well. But yeah, the Lycan coming up. Lycan didn't get changed. Did he get changed a bit in the patch? I was trying to remember him. He was the one that stood out at least.
They nerfed, I think, the Howl attack speed slightly, and might have made it give a little bit more damage to his units, I think. But
yeah,
that's about it.
I'm looking right now. Yeah, it doesn't look like. Yeah. Oh, it did rework your Howl. That's right. Okay. So it grants attack speed, armor, and HP regen.
Oh yeah, instead of giving the raw HP. That's right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, with Beastmaster, I wonder. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I will say it's a little interesting that they decided to go so all in, because this lineup definitely does put them on more of a clock. You know, they don't really have that sort of, all right, we've got a lot of aggression early with the Beast, Pug, and the Shadow Shaman, and then we have this late game securing hero like a Morphling or a Spectre or something like that. In this case, they need to be taking towers as early as possible and winning this game within the first 25 minutes. Otherwise, Anti-Mage and Magnus and Kunkka are probably going to run them over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Kunkka does make sense. Cleave, push out the lanes, trying to prevent them from just freely pushing your lanes in. So, like the Kunkka also X against Lycans, good. Yeah, it's an early game strat from Plus Ultra, no doubt. Do not let Miracle come online with the Anti-Mage.
No, then again, though, Lycan has always been a very good pick against these very spam-heavy lanes like the Magnus and Skywrath combo. He just has so much regen that you almost don't even care. You kind of just CS anyway, especially once you get 2 or 3 levels in that Feral Impulse.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, here we go. Game number 2. Again, Plus Ultra up 1-0 in this series. So they have that going for them. Worst case, going to Game 3, compLexity playing. Trying not to be moved down to the lower bracket right here. North American Qualifier. So as we load in, let's just bring it up here while we have a little bit of downtime. For those that may not heard, the news just came out, to be fair. Pain X out of South America. They were officially disqualified from their spot to the major. They technically won it yesterday. They actually beat Pain Gaming in the winter finals, and then ultimately Pain still qualified, so those were the top 2 teams, as a lot of people expected. But as we also noticed, they were using 4 North American players on their squad, and PPD, of course, he ended up making a point of how he was not allowed to do that, go to a region and play in events just for those couple of weeks. Long story short, Valve decided to disqualify the team from their major spot and instead hand it over to Thunder Predator out of South America. So we're talking about it. I mean, I personally agree ultimately with the decision. There is still some concerning things with it, but I agree with the decision, and it's kind of cool to see an actual South America team, frankly, that will qualify for the major now in Thunder Predator and see what they can do on the LAN.
Yeah.
You're leaving me hanging there.
Prepare
I thought
for
you would have
Sorry.
kind
I just don't know what else to say. I don't want to be too critical, but you know.
You're still trying to
like-
get those jobs from Valve, so you don't want
I
to.
feel like it's about time that we figure this shit out.
Right. No, it's it is an interesting spot to be in for sure, but rule has been made. All right, complexity again though, just like last game. They're all 5 heading towards the top. It was Dire said last time, of course, but Kanka is just chilling in the middle lane, doing a little dance. Ward is seeing him. Oh wait, no, it's not actually. Wait, really? He is just hidden right there. Wow.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
That's interesting, actually. He's like literally
Limp.
just out of range.
Limp nose.
30 seconds to battle.
Did he show? No. I love it. All right, well, he actually was not seen that whole time, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he wanted to be or not, but... Either way, Skywrath up here. So we're going to see another tri-lane from complexity, I wonder? Looks like it. Yeah, Undying's up here with the Skywrath. We're going to see Lycan and Bane and go for the bounty room. Not going to contest, though. Pretty dangerous, of course. Fear, he's got the brain sap. He'll be fine.
Standard 2 for 2. And once again, complexity electing to put death in the safe lane on this Magnus. Giving him the solo lane, at least for now. Running a tri-lane to just run at this Eternal Envy Lycan.
Magnus with the Shockwave and the Empower seems pretty good against Beastmaster, actually. Careful with against that. He did get the Call the While at level 1. But yeah, Rasta's going to TP to the top, kind of as expected. In fact, 3-4-3. 12 stacks of decay.
Yeah, EE. Very low. He might just
bolt.
die here.
One more bolt. That's not enough. He's going to pop a salve. It will take off the salve, so not maximum regen, but yeah, plenty of damage. He did get the level 1 Feral Impulse, so has a little bit of natural regen from that too. And gets another salve from a teammate, so they're making sure to keep him up, but clearly that initial damage threw him off. 16 charges of decay on Undying right now. That's one of the better tri-lane heroes.
Yeah, I don't really think there is a better tri-lane hero than an Undying. Just makes all of your teammates so much more impactful because of amping their damage, basically, by making the HP pool so low, and pretty intelligent approach to slowing down this early game timing lineup by just saying, all right, Lycan is kind of your centerpiece of this, so if we make him have a horrible game, maybe we can buy his anti-mage some space.
Yeah, that's fair. That it kind of goes back to that all-in idea of sorts that feels like they're going for. As Undying, he's being run down by Bame. Z-Freak, the one that actually... Wait, where did... Oh, he denied himself over here. Okay. Anyways, back over to the top lane. Z-Freak's going to TP back in, of course. Plus Ultra is not going to overcommit now. But the lane is pushed up, and ideally Miracle should be able to get some last hits. He did get that counter spell early on, so he can use that if he finds it necessary. Again, can be good against Rasta and Bane, of course. Times it correctly.
Yep. Very low chance that he's going to really be able to just hit people with the Mana Break so much, so I do like him taking a counter spell and the blink as his first 2 points. A little bit more defensive while his teammates play the aggressive role.
What do you think? This is kind of that age-old question. You have a Magnus on your team. Is Anti-Mage still one of those heroes that still goes Battle Fury, though?
Yes.
Feels like it, right?
Yep. You don't want the Magnus to have to just follow the anti-mage around for the entire game. And AM's just, he's just too mobile to do that and gets too much out of the Battle Fury.
And dying again, it looks like he's low. Well, he drops a little bit right there. He's trying to deny himself. He actually ends up throwing out another decay, though. Runs back over. Snake King, he's one also low. 3-4-3, pops another mango, another decay. Not enough for the kill, though. But again, damn tanky, 16 charges. Fear thought he had the kill very far. How is nobody dead throughout this? So many heroes so low. But ultimately, everyone will escape. Again, Undying continues to just be almost dead, but not really. And instead, I'll miss the first blood at the bottom lane because a solo kill from Beastmaster onto Magnus. I can't say I saw that one coming.
Yeah, that's pretty big. No point in skewer from Magnus, though. He just got caught out a little too far, and Monkey slowed him down. Level 2 boar, so he is going that kind of minion in the lane build. Very good against melee heroes. And without that point in skewer, Magnus can really get caught out if he's not careful with his positioning.
Yeah, 20% slow at level 2. And this is one of those matchups, too. Again, already kind of a rare hero even before the patch, let alone now post-patch. How much practice do you have against that hero, right? So, throwing him off perhaps a little bit as far as how much the slow was. Unfortunately, again, I missed it and how it ultimately played out. But as you're pointing out, more than likely part of the issue. Middle lane, we do have a wraparound. Scareth coming in, and Choicely is he's in trouble.
Yeah.
He's probably
arcane bolts.
Dead. Obviously, the crap would not be good there.
Further ensure his demise if he did that.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a lane switch here. Looks like they're going to put the anti-mage in the bottom lane. I guess kind of concerned for his ability to actually farm in that tri lane. Going to go with the defensive try. Oh my goodness, look at that burst.
There was a lot of things around. It's quite the rip. Yeah, nice positioning there. And so Rasta, he explodes. Going to kill another kill on the board. But how about this kind of adjustment, I suppose? They send the Magnus to the top. They now defensive trial lane. And the question is, are we going to see kind of a reaction from the dire side, or not yet at least? Beastmaster is still coming back to the bottom. Seems like he's fine being here still.
Yeah, I think that Plus Ultra pretty happy with giving EE some more space because, again, he really is that sort of centerpiece to the early game timing. And so the faster he gets to level 6, the faster you can get to that Necro book, the faster they're going to be able to take these towers and take away the space from the anti-mage.
Beastmaster. He's going Vlad's. Makes sense in this early push strat. Obviously a very good tool for that. That over Helm of the Dominator, though? What do you think?
I don't know. Usually it is directly into the Helm and the Necro book, but Monkeys perhaps just having a little bit different player preference.
This helps mana issues a little bit more.
Yeah, lifesteal also probably pretty good against the likes of dying just to keep the sustain up when you're fighting them.
I wonder if that was a misclick from Seafarer right there, but either way. Monkeys is fine. He's almost level 6, so he will have the Primal Roar soon. If they can kill another creep, he has Primal Roar. But it's maybe he might need a couple with nearby. But the point is, he's going to be level 6 here in a second. Oh, that fortification. He might hit level 6 at Primal Roar right here as soon as he does. There we go. Yeah, they want to. The shackles onto the Skyrath up the side. Tombstone's put down, though. Now 3 for 3, throwing out those decays. Sleep up on Anti-Mage. He blinks in. He still has that E, by the way. The counterspell. There's a Primal Roar, and that is not what you wanted to use. Exactly, a very defensive Primal Roar. And oh, look at that. Kunkka's now showing up. There comes the boat, and there goes Snaking. Leave on down. Z-Freak credit for the kill. So, yeah, you could tell what they were thinking for Plus Ultra, but he just didn't hit 6 fast enough.
Yeah, and then just Undying, getting too many stacks of decay up. I will say, though, that Primal Roar has a pretty sizable windup and probably one of the easier spells to counterspell with Anti-Mage.
True. That would have been interesting, actually, if he tried for that. So maybe not on him, somebody else. But either way, doesn't even get the chance, and using it defensively, not ideal. So Anti-Mage able to find some more farm. He's got the triple Wraithband now. Boots upgrade, of course, next. But Vlad's is
pretty
finished.
Far behind. Pretty far behind in terms of CS, however. Eternal Envy has made a good amount of use of that space he now has in the top lane. Has the Dominator finished already. Necrobook soon to follow.
Yeah, so he picks that up. So just sharing the auras, that actually makes a lot of sense coming out from Plus Ultra. Having both the Vlads and the Helm of the Dominator on the team.
He rotates to the bottom lane.
Here we go. Let the push begin, yeah. And Kunkka's coming down here. He has a troll.
Very nice to catch this Anti-Mage.
Yeah. And the backlight's Bane went too deep. They're going for the ship combo on a Monkey's Meatwalk. Can Lycan get here in time to help? Monkey's getting a little the counter spell. Will prevent any follow-up. However, the Hex eventually hits after the counter spell wears off. Lycan's sitting on top of him, but Lycan needs to be careful himself. He's already at half life. He has to run out. In that werewolf form, limp in pursuit. Haste Rune allows him to keep up, but the sleep will not. It is eventually taken off, though. Ancient Seal applied to Bane. Bane going for the kill. No, the counter spell because of the last second. The anti-mage will fall, but they take out Bane in response. So another eye for an eye there. Eternal Envy back into his main form. Not the best thing ever. He goes down.
Pretty awkward first rotation.
Pugna not there. Also assist. Now that was Magnus. Of course, they were just having a standoff in the middle lane still.
This Undying hero is pretty damn strong.
Yeah.
Very hard to push into. And first, like an ult, doesn't amount to a whole lot.
And that was a first pick Undying, too. Not that that really means a lot, I suppose, but obviously confident with it, and they were correct. Again, especially in a trial end, as you pointed out, arguably one of the, if not the best trial ending support here on the game. We're seeing more of that. Why here? He's leveling up the Tombstone now. Only needs those 1 points in Rip and Decay so far. So Lycan will go back to farming. He's queued up the Necronomicons for the time being.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Beastmaster's still pushing.
that is one interesting thing that might come back to hurt Plus Ultra is a huge amount of overlap in terms of itemization between the Beastmaster and the Lycan, which might put Monkeys in kind of an awkward spot having to go for some different items than he maybe is used to going on this hero.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Tower does fall, so Tower 1 down. I guess Tower 2, they get the mid tower as well, so a couple minutes or 10 minutes into the game, having the 2 tower kills as Invis Rune is going to be killed by Lycan. Well played. Skywrath was camping it, yeah, but he sent the wolf over and denied it right before. Good heads up play.
Like compLexity is just going to forfeit this bottom 2/2 tower. Not really feeling comfortable mustering a defense into this full complement of Plus Ultra heroes. Snaking up here just trying to sap his level 6. Then we head to the mid lane to get some free farm there.
Radiant's bottom tower.
God, these towers go down fast.
They do, and yeah, the Necronomicon's queued up on both Lycan and Beastmaster. I keep going back to Anti-Mage and looking at his farm, and he still has a ways before he's going to be any bit relevant. Now they are going to initiate, however, on a Pug now. The HSL hits so much damage, but the sleep at the last second, not going to be enough still. Good attempt there by Fear, just not enough, simply. Still chasing. Too much of a slow. The boar is slow is actually pretty good.
It does feel like they are getting a little bit too forceful in their pushes. None of their heroes are really that tanky yet, and you know they're trying to knock on the tier 3 at 10 minutes into the game. Kunkka, on the other hand, is almost 2,000 HP right now. Z-Freak caught in the mid.
And Kunkka, he slept up over here, so Z-Freak goes down. Now Kunkka, proper roar. They're just going to collapse on him. Death Deal skewer away. He has an RP, but obviously no point to use it right here. He's dead. They're just going to simply run at him. Or, oh, no. That wasn't going to work.
Questionable use of an RP.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, that's a 2-minute cooldown. And against this very heavy base push team, that's...
This could literally just be a tier 3 right now.
Yeah. No RP threat? Oh my god, that thing melts.
They're just gonna go for racks. They have the Alpha Wolf. Yeah, this is a set of racks at 12 minutes into the game for sure.
Who's not here? And go figure, Rasta's not here, so he doesn't even have his wards to use here. But yeah, they just got a racks at 12 minutes into the game.
They did catch Lycan.
Yeah, brings him back. The ship, the sleep again in combo. Mitigates damage. Eternal Envy, he'll be fine. Has that team support. Anti-Mage joining the party, getting here late again. He's not the craziest combat yet. He has a mana void though. Got the Drain Life off still. Nether Ward's now put down. Now compLexity needs to be very careful fighting into this. It's only level 1, but still. Disarm.
Yeah, no tube.
Up on Magnus. No Tombstone Miracle. Pops another counter spell, but doesn't really catch much. However, Limbs just gets run down. He's dead for 30.
Are they just going to go bottom lane?
compLexity keeps trying to do these fights without Magnus RP. They're really just not the most farmed yet. They have an Anti-Mage that has triple Wraithband, and that's it. I mean, you can understand the desperation of they need to try to stop this crazy push, but the Rax was already dead at that point, so.
Yep, Shrine's going to go down here in the bottom lane. And Snake King, happily doing Snake King things, almost has his 8th event finished up. or does actually.
Yeah, that's the one thing I noticed. He's just been
Radiant's
farming away at the
bottom
top
shrine
lane during
has
this.
fallen.
Like I said, he wants to at least finish that, I suppose, but he has awards once again to use. Kunkka almost has a Shadow Blade finished, so his damage output will even be a bit higher, as well as, of course, the stealth effect. But there's the Necronomicons now. Yikes.
Yeah, Necro 2 finished on EE, and looks like Book 1 done on Monkeys Forever as well. I mean, that might just be too many units to really stop. They only have the Kunkka for wave clear, really.
RP is ready to go again, so ideally Death can hold off on that. He has a blink. He is ready. That really feels like that's going to be the big tool here in terms of giving compLexity hope. You land a big RP as they're trying to as they're grouped up, pushing once again, and turn the tide. But
Plus Ultra are setting up for a Roshan. They're going to force in this bottom lane, make compLexity respond, and then head immediately to the Roshan pit, or at least the tier 1 top, and then Rosh.
Yeah, you see this new Hawk.
Monkeys might get caught. But
Running over. Trying to see if they can catch up to him. Just doing the jungle camp over here. Limp sees him. Here we go. Combo's coming out.
reward.
That's a kill. All right, so good find there from compLexity.
Yep, good ward right here, catching him out.
There you go. Bounty room control 3 for. Oh, they got all 4. Wow. I mean, understandable again with their map positioning and how they have a dominant map control
Dire's middle tower
in
is
this
under
game.
attack.
Snake King, there's a ward trap, catches Undying, pops his flash golem.
Little ambitious here, but it is
Yeah.
securing them this tier 1 tower.
Okay, he is going to die in response, but yeah, 343 will also fall. Pugna nearby.
Radiant's top tower has
Not
fallen.
going to chase too far though, so makes it a 1-for-1. And he's going to get some farm out of it.
EE pings the Rosh pit.
Dire's bottom tower
Ship
under
is
attack.
up. RP is up along with a Blink Dagger. Imagine that compLexity is going to defend this, but there is pretty good vision from Dire. They will be able to see them coming. And this Rosh is going to die too fast. So, cancel that.
Yeah, it's a theme of every time they group up, like they double damage, Eternal Envy, why not? Pick it up? Okay, he'll just bottle it, I suppose. All right. Well, yeah, he was pinging it out as he was like, you want this? But nope. Back to farm, and has a Necro level 3 now. Another 1,300 gold saved up, so I don't know if there's another item that they're going to try to wait for before they push it again, but it seems like, yeah, Necro 3 is kind of that next mark of, all right, let's go again. I suppose Beastmaster has 2 only still, but you really need that. They have an Aegis now, Pugna.
Interesting they gave it to Pugna.
Do you think
Guess that makes
Lycan,
sense.
or?
No, I was thinking, I don't know, maybe Beast. Sometimes you do see it on Lycan, even though he's a form hero, but
Yeah.
Pugna makes a lot of sense, actually, when he is the squishiest hero on their team. Again, Snake King split pushing this bottom lane. Has wards up. They're going to probably try and force a fight around this tier 2 while Snake King pushes into the bottom lane. Split up compLexity.
Yeah, 10 more seconds.
Very, very aggressive game plan from Plus Ultra, and it's paying off.
Yeah.
7K net worth lead.
Well, back to that point, too. Again, you could tell that obviously the communication's there. As you're pointing out, Rasta is just constantly doing the split push, and they're going to force compLexity to make that decision. Do they try to defend against Rasta, which right now Limp is here. He does have a Shadow Blade, but as soon as the Dire team sees this, they're just going to heavy push top. He drops the wards, he shackles up, he's like, I'm going to get as much damage as possible, damn it, even with the Ether Shock right before he dies. So 2 heroes are there, and that means the top lane now going to be heavily pushed. They're going to kill a Shrine meanwhile. I mean, that's mission accomplished. He dies, but he did exactly what he was supposed to.
Yep. And
Radiant's top shrine.
a little slow to actually get to this tier 2. They may end up... Well, they're going to go for it anyway.
It's
All of compLexity is here, so it's a little dangerous, but oh my God.
Radiant's top
There
Again,
was a tier 2 there.
Exactly. They kill it in 5 seconds, so really.
And none of the heroes were even there. It's just the Necro units hitting it.
So Anti-Mage, he has the Empower buff. He chooses to go Manta Style first, and you got to think this is just kind of adapting to the game, right? Where he needed something to fight more effectively earlier on, perhaps.
Yeah, realizing he actually does not have.
Yeah.
So, good adaptation for sure. But at the same time, you know, and he's still farming pretty well.
Well, the Empower buff. Obviously, he is getting that, and Death is doing a decent job, it seems like, of applying that. I suppose when he's not as far throughout the map because of how constricted you are, that helps. But 3-4-3, by the way. He's leading the team on an adventure. Adventure to his death.
Yeah, and Manta, not the worst farming item either. You can still use the Manta Illusions to push waves.
Dire's bottom tower is
To
under
the base.
attack.
Dying 15
Radiant's
seconds.
bottom tower is
See you later, tower.
He's going to buy back, but yeah, by the time he gets here, the tower's already dead.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Rax,
fallen.
they're definitely going for that.
Dire's bottom tower
Another
is
theme.
under attack.
Inner Beast.
Man, they just really don't have to commit for these either. Pugna can just keep going up and blasting. Necro units on those range racks as well, chipping away.
Yeah, they just let the units take care of absorbing all the damage, and exactly, another blast every now and then. It's like, how do you do this if you're complexity? It's there's no easy answer. Internal Envy, he's going to activate the ulti, the Primal Roar on Kunkka.
Limp, just dead.
He's trapped.
It's probably just game,
all the
honestly.
units, all the wards and everything. He buys back immediately. He still has the ghost ship and the
down.
fortification. Nether Ward's also doing some zaps, though. Counterspell from Miracle. Eventually wears off. The ship comes through, but again, it's only just minions. It's not even the RP's Lycan, but okay, the Mystic Flare will be enough for the kill. So Lycan's out. They got the racks, however, ready. Now they're time to run. Magnus, Fiend's Grip on in. Glimmer Cape away from Bane. Aegis on Pugna will be activated. The rest are TPing away, though. I think Pugna's on his own. Mana Void, well, that didn't do much. He had full mana, buddy. That's... Whoops. Anyways, gets the kill, but again, damage done by Plus Ultra. They get the racks. We're only 20 minutes into this game now. Complexity has a heavy bag to carry here.
Yeah, Snaking immediately TPs the top, gets both of the bounty runes. Monkeys gets both of the bottom ones, so another 4 bounty runes going to Plus Ultra. Snaking is 800 gold away from an Aghanim Scepter. 20 minutes into the game.
I apologize. Maybe he was trying to stop his TP. I don't know if he was TPing or not. No, it doesn't look like it was. Never mind. I'm still stuck on that Mana Void. But either way. Yeah, they're going to, again, just reset. Why not? Here at the top lane. Heaven's Halberd on Kunkka. That'll be a good
Dire's
item.
structures are fortified.
Kinda. It's not really. I just went through an evolution of logic there of like, well, maybe not.
Dead Undying, maybe? They are running into the tombs, but...
Yeah, they're going to kill him.
He pops the ulti.
Let's go with that Shapeshift. They get a Hex up on somebody. That's the Magnus over there. He just skewers away. Meanwhile, the ulti on Snake King, but he's fine. The sleep initially allows him to walk out. Death goes down eventually. Eternal Envy just runs him down. Now they catch Kunkka. Can Kunkka escape? He doesn't have the Halberd yet. Wasn't able to finish it. He does not have a buyback, and he is going to be staying dead for 75 seconds. Magnus spot back. RP's up in 10, but without Kunkka, can you really take advantage of an RP even?
Is under attack.
Probably not.
I think this is just Mega Creeps and probably the game.
That's it.
Radiant's top
Plus
tower
Ultra.
Very well executed strategy
Radiant's
here,
top
and
barracks are under attack.
pretty clean 2-0, honestly.
Yeah.
Radiant's top barracks
It was.
now have mega
Yeah, it's. I agree. It's obviously the olden kind of push strategy, but definitely the execution still needs to be there, and they did so. Complexity just could not handle it. RP is going to come out. Again, they're trying what they can on Complexity's side, but they're going to be moving to the lower portion. Yeah, there's no way they're killing anyone there. With the current farm, Miracle probably dead. Counterspell at the last second. Back to the fount, though, and they're just going to kill tier 4s, and GGs do come out. So Plus Ultra is officially moving on to the winner portion, where they play the winner of the other Group A series victor, which is EG versus Borster. I don't have an update just yet, but of course we can make an assumption there. In terms of
Gotta say, pretty impressive drafts in both games. I think Plus Ultra really won it off the draft in both cases.
Yeah, very well played. Eternal Envy definitely brought his A game here. And as far as Complexity is concerned, new roster for them, of course. Still trying to figure out the kinks. Well, they got the lower bracket matchup going to be coming up later today. Might be a little bit of a break. It looks like EG and Borster are currently in game number 2. It is 1-0 EG, and EG does have a pretty sizable lead from the looks of it as well. So it's possibly could be wrapping up in the future, and then they will get into the next set of series as soon as possible. So my guess would be about a 30-minute break here before we have our next series. That'll be kicking off. And again, lower match, you're eliminated if you lose that one. Only the top 2 advance on to the playoff bracket. So it's do or die time for compLexity and whoever ends up losing this series of EG versus Borster. All right, well, we are going to go on that break, though. So, Elevated, anything else before we do?
No, excited to see Fear play against his former team now.
Yeah, that's true.
Seems to be a theme of the day.
That's going to be a fun one.
Players against their former organizations.
A lot of shuffling going on. It's bound to happen. That match will be, I'm not sure which BTS stream it's going to be on, to be honest, the EG versus Plus Ultra. But
probably one, right?
Probably. Well, I don't know if they will do that. I think they're casting Group B, though, to be honest. So they might just stick with Group B over there. I don't know. It's going to be on one of the BTS channels. As far as this one's concerned, again, we're going to be casting compLexity versus Borster, unless they make the comeback. I don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Not over just yet, but likely will be the matchup. That'll be in just a little bit. So until then, guys, enjoy the other matches going on in the other streams. BreakyCPK joined by Elevated. We'll see you guys in just a little bit.